Hi guys, welcome to the Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about things seniors don't pack anymore. So as we get older, we want to pack less because we can't carry as much anymore or lug around heavy suitcases. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 15 things that seniors don't pack with them anymore. So grab a drink and a snack, sit back and relax, and let's talk about cruising. Number one is gym clothes. Now, maybe back in the days earlier, you might have packed all those extra gym clothes with you to go jogging or to go work in a fitness class or even work out in the gym. But nowadays, seniors like me don't work out that much anymore. I do enjoy walking, but I don't need to pack gym clothes to do that. So that's just one thing less to pack in your suitcase, all the gym clothes that you might have packed before, if you're not actually working out in the gym. Now, if you are working out in the gym, great. Take those gym clothes with you, but it's just something that I don't need to pack anymore. Number two is heavy bottles or drinks. Now, most cruise ships let you take on a 12-pack of soda per passenger and a bottle of wine. Now, I can't see doing that. Maybe you want to, but I don't want to be lugging around that 12-pack of soda until my room gets ready, which is hours later. I don't want to be carrying those all around the cruise ship. Even my son, who's 41, he doesn't want to do that. We did that one time and then thought, we don't want to be lugging this around. As you get older, back starts hurting, your knees are hurting. I'm going through a bad back thing right now, and you don't want to be lifting all these extra things. So just pay for the sodas on the cruise ship or have some delivered to your room ahead of time. And that way you save lugging around all those heavy 12 packs of soda or carrying on bottles of wine. So it's up to you whether it's worth it or not, but for me, it's not worth it. Number three is alcohol tricks. Maybe when we were younger, we snuck some alcohol on the ship. Now I know my husband and I did a long time ago. We used to always pack some beers in our suitcase, wrap them up in the clothes, and they always got through. No one ever caught them. But nowadays, ships are much more aware of this and they look for it. So it's not worth it to try to sneak some on board. I know people try to put them in alcohol in water bottles and try to take them on. That's why cruise ships won't let you bring water bottles on anymore. Or they try to put them in mouthwash bottles. They'll put alcohol in there and reseal them. There's even shampoo bottles and things you can buy off the internet that you put alcohol in and you can get seals for them to seal them back up. Well, the cruise ships have caught on to all these and they're looking for these things now. So it's really not worth it to be caught with alcohol and get kicked off the ship and probably banned for life. It's just not worth it. So just buy your drinks on the ship. I always do that now. This was a long, long time ago we did this. And I wouldn't think of doing it now because I would be so afraid that I'm going to get off, kicked off the ship. Number four, too much jewelry or makeup. Now you might be tempted to, or were in the past like me, to take jewelry for every single outfit you have. I used to have the earrings, the necklace, and the bracelets for every single outfit. I had various rings. I had watches back then, a whole bunch of different kinds. And I would match them with every outfit, probably because I worked in banking and I was used to kind of dressing up and wearing this jewelry every day. Nowadays, when I sail, I just take maybe a couple necklaces and a couple bracelets with me and one pair of earrings. You can't see my ears anyway. So don't pack as much. It's just not necessary to have all that extra stuff with you. We're trying to minimize this so that we're not lugging these heavy suitcases around, which I usually have. On my trip this time, I'm going to go down to one. I usually have two, but I'm going to go down to one on this trip and make it work. Or you don't need to lug around all the makeups we used to in the olden days. Our makeup now as we get older is less and less. So, and some older people don't even put on makeup. So it's up to you, but it just takes up unneeded space in your suitcase packing all these extra items. Number 5, heavy cameras and bulky tech. So there was a time when we didn't have the smartphones and everyone was packing big cameras with different size lenses on them, tripods and everything with them, and lugging this all around, taking up lots of space in your luggage. But now seniors realize they don't need all this equipment. Their cell phone can capture beautiful memories through photos and videos, and it's just a simple phone instead of lugging all this camera equipment with you. Another tip is too, if you love to read books, I know a lot of people would take a lot of books with them, which could be heavy in your suitcase. Instead of bringing books to read, you can get like an e-reader, like a Kindle, which you can get all the books on there, and it's very lightweight and thin. And you can make the font bigger for you, because I know as we get older, our eyes get worse. At least mine did, and a lot of seniors do. It's just more compact than bringing a lot of books. Number 6, cabin gadgets. Now, many seniors once packed their bags with every gadget they could find, and I must admit I did this, and I still kind of do this, but I have scaled back on some of the items I used to bring, and I don't bring them anymore, but I still have a lot. To me, it just helps me organize the cabin, not the camera. It helps me organize the cabin. Things like magnetic hooks or over-the-door organizers, towel clips, the list goes on of things you can bring. So just bring what is needed for you and not the extras. A lot of things I was bringing on, I found I never even used them. So now they're just sitting at home and I don't even ever take them with me. But it's a way to scale back on a lot of the things that you may not need. Now, when my husband and I sailed, I didn't take any of these items. It wasn't till over the last 3 years I started bringing these items when I was in a cabin with my son and granddaughter, and there was 3 of us in a cabin, and I was trying to keep us more organized, that I would bring things like the magnetic hooks, the over-the-door hangers, and different things I actually use on the ship that don't take up a lot of space. Number 7, travel irons and steamers. I remember I used to take our travel steamer with us whenever we went on a trip, on cruises to hotels or a land trip. We always had our little travel steamer to get the wrinkles out of our clothes. But you are not allowed to bring an iron or a steamer on a cruise ship anymore. You can bring the Downy wrinkle spray in the little bottle, and you can get that anywhere, like Walmart's, anywhere in the travel section. They normally have that. Or you can just hang your wrinkled clothes up in the bathroom while you're taking a hot shower, and the steam should get the wrinkles out of it. Or go into the ship's laundromat and you can use their irons in there. They usually have self-serve laundromats, and you can use the iron. But no more packing travel irons or steamers. Number 8 is too many shoes. Now, some travelers think they need a different pair of shoes for every single outfit they're going to wear on that cruise. And that could be a lot of shoes depending on your length of your cruise. You generally only need about 3 pairs of shoes, and that's what I bring. I bring a comfortable walking shoe, like a Skechers or something like that, and then I bring a sandal for the pool, and then something for more formal nights, like a nice shoe, whatever type you wear for formal night. You really only need 1 pair, like a black shoe or something. It just makes your suitcase lighter than having all these heavy shoes packed. And one tip, if you haven't heard on my other videos, is to take disposable shower caps for your head. You can get them at the dollar store. I got a pack of 10, just the little plastic shower caps. Fit them over your shoes. They'll cover your shoes, and that way the bottom of your shoes won't get your clothes dirty when you pack them into your luggage. So that is a tip to get. I used to take big shoe bags, but they're so big and bulky, I found that the shower caps work much better. Number 9 is excessive formal wear. Now, there once was a time on cruise ships where men wore tuxedos and women wore ball gowns. They were expected for formal nights. Or even I remember back when my husband wore a suit and tie. So we would have to pack his whole suit and shirts and ties, and I wore a long dress. But nowadays, they're not so formal on the cruise ships. They've become a lot more relaxed. So now women can wear a simple cocktail dress or even dress slacks and a blouse. That's usually what I wear now, is just black dress pants and a nice blouse for formal nights. And men don't have to wear the suits and ties anymore. No ties, just some slacks and a shirt, and they'll be fine. I've even seen people in the dining room on formal nights in jeans and things. It just depends on what the ship's rules are. I've never seen anyone being kicked out of there. Now, you can't wear things like a bathing suit or cut up raggedy jeans or something on formal night to the dining room. If you want to wear that, you can go to the buffet and wear that, but not into the formal dining room. But it's just less for us to pack and makes things simpler and lighter. Number 10 is full-size toiletries. Now, one of the easiest ways to overpack your suitcase is by packing the full bottles of shampoo, conditioners, body washes, lotions, etc. So just take the small travel ones. I take the small, and I'll put a picture up here of what I take. They're squeezable, so you can squeeze the shampoo and conditioner right out. You don't have to be shaking the bottle. They're really easy. They're silicone, and they're just in a little kit that holds 4 little bottles, and I take everything on there. Also, if you don't even want to take that, the cruise ship does have, usually it's like a shampoo conditioner together, or it might be an all-in-one shampoo, conditioner, body wash. But I like to take my own shampoos, conditioners, and body wash. So I just put them in the little travel sizes instead of taking those full-size bottles, which take up a lot of space. Number 11 is bulky towels. Now, some passengers think they need to bring their own towels from home for going out to the pool or going out on the beach on an excursion or something. But you can actually get those on a cruise ship. So you don't have to pack your bulky towels into your luggage. Just get them from the cruise ship. Number 12, too many snacks. And I have seen pictures of people that take an extra small bag just to pack snacks in. I don't find it necessary. Now, maybe you have your favorite snack that you have to have every night or something, 1 or 2 small items, but not a full suitcase full of snacks. The cruise ship has snacks, food, desserts, things available 24 hours a day, so you'll never go hungry. You probably won't need your snacks on there. Just takes up less space in your suitcase. You don't really need a snack on a cruise ship. They have every kind of food you can get. Number 13, large amounts of cash. Carrying large amounts of cash is not necessary and not wise. It can be very dangerous, especially in certain ports. So bring small amounts of cash and small bills for tipping and things like that. Bring 1 or 2 credit cards with you. Depending on where you're going, you can decide on whether you want to use your credit card in port, your debit card, or cash. If we're in places like Alaska or something, I have no problem using my debit or credit card. Now, when we go to like a foreign country or something, I prefer to use small bills of cash because you're not often sure the change in the currency. If you're not familiar with it, then when they're running your credit or debit card and it's showing you like in their foreign currency and you're not sure what it is, you really don't know if it's the right amount or not. You can take a currency converter and get that put on your phone on one of the apps. They have a lot of currency converter apps that will tell you how much this is converted into US dollars, and that will help you out if you're in a foreign country using your debit or credit card. But just protect yourself by not carrying a lot of cash or large bills with you. Number 14, stacks of documents. Now, there was a time when you didn't have things all on your app that you could print out, that you could just walk up and show your boarding passes, and you had to actually print out your material. So I would print out my boarding documents, my boarding passes, my cruise documents, travel arrangements. If we had a hotel booked, I would print a copy of that out, and then I would print out my airline tickets. I would print out my cruise tickets, and I would have them in like a little folder, a little manila folder that I would carry with me. But nowadays, it's more all on your phone. Your airline tickets will be there. Your cruise tickets will be there. Now, I sometimes still print out my boarding passes just to have a backup in case something were to happen to my phone. But I don't take as much paperwork as I used to back in the day. It's just another less thing for us to be lugging around. 15 is worries and stress. Most seniors have now learned to leave their worries and stress behind and let go of all the items they once felt they needed, and leave all your worries at home and enjoy your vacation. Less luggage or heavy luggage, and just take the minimal that is needed, and then we will get along better. I know it's really hard for me. I can't even carry my suitcases. Luckily, I have my son to lift them in and out of the car and everything for me, because I can't even lift it onto the bed. My suitcase usually weighs about 50 pounds when I have it packed. I usually take 2 suitcases with me, a smaller one and a larger one. But this trip, since we're going to be flying and now Southwest charges for every checked bag, I'm going to get it down to 1 suitcase. Let's see if we can do it. When our cruise comes up, I'll let you know if I did it or not. Hopefully I did. So there you have it. There's some items that we used to pack that we no longer need, and it's a way to keep our bags a little lighter and help us out. So I want to thank you for stopping by today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel to help me out. And thanks again for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye for now.